On the long and lonesome journey to the great awakening, we thought we were going to be free. Now we realized the ones we're waiting for is you and me. People say we're crazy, but they're just fast asleep. Each one that awakens is now waiting on the leap into the unknown, but I know it gets much better than right here. Here I am, standing in my power again. Here I stand, uncovering the truth again. Turn the page, it's a new chapter, and it says where we go on, we go on. And it says where we go on, we go on.
Good morning, and how are you guys this morning? It's bright and early for Turn the Page. I hope you guys are all doing really well. I brought my coffee and bring in Big Dog. I'm going to call this guy Brutus. What do you guys want to name him? Is that a Trump? Is that a Brutus? I see Buckshot is out there bright and early this morning also, along with Catherine and Shelly. Hey, Shelly, how are you? So let me just take a sip of coffee here. Good coffee. So let's see, where are we at here? Oh, okay, we're going to kind of do a review of things out there. So we're bringing in, it's time to call in the big dogs. And what do I mean by that? I figured maybe somebody out there in this big, vast world will hear that it's time for the shit show to end. Not that I've got any power to say so or anything like that. But so that's where I'm at right here. So let me just kind of show you guys some numbers here that I found very, very interesting. Let me just kind of blow this up here. So they're basically out there saying that for three states right now, we've got Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Wisconsin. This is, they got Harris's name out there. First of all, I thought Biden was still in charge, you guys. So anyways, because she's running against him. But 49 in Pennsylvania, 49 in Michigan, and it's a close running tie in Wisconsin. I call it bullshit. What do you guys call it? All right, and let's see what else we have here. So let me take this one down here, and let's see what else we've got out there. Oops, I didn't want to close that. I always do that. That is just so me. Buckshot, I see your three little doggies there. They don't hold up to my big Brutus out there. We have Spanish lady. I was going to say Splash Lady is in the house. Good morning. And we got Mari Olmstead. Beautiful Michigan morning. Is it good and cool by you guys up there? It's still hot down in the south. Colleen, how is Illinois? Without the S sound. Good morning to everybody out there. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Yesterday was a really wonky day for me. I hope that you guys are feeling really good out there. I'm going to talk about a few things. Before I get into what I've got to show you, and I do have you guys were talking yesterday about the tall Biden, and somebody was saying, I think it might have even been Colleen, it was saying it could have been Barron playing him, right? Who's playing Jill? Is anybody? Nobody's ever mentioned who's playing Jill. Is she playing herself? Who do we have out on Rumble? There's Buck. He's in both areas, and Mamo Debs. Yeah. So good morning to all of you guys out on Rumble Land. Put your Rumble rants out there, please. I'd be glad to read them. So Shadow of Ezra has got a message for everybody out there that came out a couple days ago. I'm a little bit behind on some of my information here. So power will return to the people. And so you are witnessing right now the watching and systematic destruction of the old guard. We know this. We just want it done and over with, right? Darla is out there. Good morning, Darla. How are you this morning? You wake up to the world with a smile. I'll have my smile as soon as I finish my coffee. All right, you guys. Let's see here. I'm going to talk a little bit about politics, a little bit of fun things, a little bit of health stuff. So we got a full morning schedule for you guys out there. Let me just go over to my bookmarks and see what's going on. So, yeah, this is the fun thing that we want to start out with. If I was a mom, this would have been me right here. Turn the sound off right now, but let's see, turn the sound down and start this over. I would have done exactly something like this. So if I had grandkids, I would do this also. Just to start out the day with a really cute smile. It's kind of a brilliant idea. Let's go. Come on, mouse. All right, that's what we need to do. We need to taking care of business, taking care of the children that are out there. I love that. I know that's exactly what I would have done. When my nieces and nephews were younger, I did all kinds of things with them. It's funny. I even played a clown. I dressed up like a clown, had everything on for one of the birthday parties, and it wasn't until one of them knew who I was. I tried not to talk. One of the kids actually recognized me, but when they got older, they finally figured it out, and they're like, "That was Aunt Janine." So yeah, a little bit of brightness for you guys here this morning, and I'm going to go back to what I was saying. Who was playing Jill and Buckshot? I am just amazed what you are saying here. This is kind of blowing my mind. Keith Richards? How do you get that? I thought he was a baddie. I don't know. All right. So yeah, that's cool there. So Colleen is saying 66 and sunny. Wow. I want 66. We're still, I don't know. We've been in the 80s every morning here, and humid. Today, I think that the humidity came down a little bit. We're supposed to get a lot of rain. It's getting darker in here, and it's probably on its way. Hopefully I get through the show before it actually comes out there. So just to let you guys know, the power is going to be returned to the people. And when I hear these things all the time, show me the money. All right. And so let's see here. Your brain thinks you're really experiencing this. Yes. Isn't that awesome, Colleen? Yeah. So, you guys take this idea, go play with your grandkids or your children. And I was thinking of Buck. So Buck is saying it's 81 and sunny in Florida at the momento. Buck actually sent me a video. His daughter, I believe, is a teenager, almost a teenager. I'm not real sure, Buck, but sent me a video. She was at one of the actual roller coaster rides, and he is always saying that she could be a screamer in a really wicked movie, right? Her scream is very loud and piercing, and so somehow it was recorded with her screaming, which I thought was awesome to begin with. And yes, it was loud, Buck. It was really, really loud. And I think you played that for people on someone's show. I'm not really sure, but yeah. Let's see here. What else we have going on? We've got a lot going on up there for you guys. Just kind of bringing you up to date on a few things here. We know that they've been lying to us. And I also want to kind of bring to you, whoops. I guess I gotta lower the volume on each and every one of these. I can't play the volume. I get hit with strikes. So be it. Yeah. So this is an actual video. Let me take Buck down. This is an actual video of Biden walking out. He looks like he's got a young man's body. Come on, mouse. Play nice with me today. So I don't want to actually play what he's saying because I don't really care. But yeah, look at this guy. Standing tall, standing heads above everybody else. And somebody was saying, guys want to play along? This is a early Saturday, excuse me, morning show. And I think I'm doing Buck. Can you please confirm? Because I didn't announce that I might be doing a show with you tomorrow night, Sunday Night Live. While you're out there, if you're still with me, I appreciate it. And it'll be fun. I don't know what we'll do. Maybe we'll do a bingo. I'll do the bingo in the news. And how's that? And I think in the near future, if I do any more bingos, Buck, I think I'm going to give away of some products. So that there you guys go. Let's see. I'm going to jump over to Rumble Rant while you guys tell me, who is this guy behind this mask? Who's playing Jill? What do you guys think? It's just fun trivia in the morning. Mary Eigler says, good morning, Janine, love and light from Mason, Ohio. Who else we have out here? I heard Carolyn Kennedy. We will see, says Mamo Debs. Yeah, that would probably be for Jill. Who else do we have out there? Fun Aunt Janine, says Andy. Yeah, 369. I was a character, you guys. I really was when I was younger. I loved children, and everybody always said, you need to do something with either children or dogs. And I ended up going to be a programmer, right? And to understand how we have been programmed. All right, that's just, I don't know where that came from. All right, let's see. PE USA 67 says, good morning, Janine. Can't wait for the movie to finish. Amen. And I want to sing hallelujah with you guys when that does happen. We have hula hoopers in the house. She's saying good morning to everyone. Hugs and hugs. Hula hoop, I need some soap. Hula hoop, I need some soap. All right, we grew up in the last couple of weeks. He grew up in the last couple of weeks, says Mary. Yeah, he got really tall, huh? Why? If people can't see this, forget about it, as Buck would say. All right. Moving right along from that, I do want to talk a little bit about the Olympics. You guys seen it? I hope not. But let's just let's just hear what this man has to say. I'm going to start it over. I'm going to turn it up. And would you guys please let me know if you can't hear this? I appreciate it. All right, because I heard the sound yesterday on my video after it was recorded. It sounded awful, and I hope it's not sounding the same way today. All right, let's listen to this gentleman.
This is spiritual warfare. Have you seen the clips from the Olympic opening ceremony? It was a satanic ritual, and I don't say that lightly. By now, most of you have seen the clips. I won't show them again. I don't want to force anyone to unwillingly participate. But I will describe some of the imagery displayed for the world to see, for children to participate in. There was a trans drag queen reenactment of the Lord's Supper, the golden calf on the stage, the lone rider on the pale horse straight out of Revelations, skulls, symbols of death, satanic red lighting, children trapped in tunnels. Even Snoop came to play along, wearing Baphomet around his neck. It was the ultimate highlight of degeneracy. They don't hide it any longer. They are proud of it. And we, as citizens of the world, are forced to watch it. It's the Olympics. Think about our athletes. We need to support them. They play that card over and over again, don't they? Use an emotional card to protect themselves from backlash and cancellation. There are Olympic athletes that are 13, 14, 15 years old, even younger. They're being subject to pure evil. And people are outraged, understandably. But what are you going to do about it? And every time we see an opportunity for social boycott against debauchery, we eventually give in. It's so weak. The woke mind virus hijacked America's most popular beer, Bud Light. We were mad for a few months, but we got over it. Target was selling tuck-friendly children's bathing suits, but we've somehow forgiven them. Disney is doing trans parades at their parks and DEI shows and movies. Still busy. Luxury brand Balenciaga was using child bondage marketing, but they're still in all the malls. Even Epstein and all his associates are still on the loose, as is Diddy and his crew. We see a problem, clearly, yell about it, post about it, maybe be upset for a couple of days or weeks, maybe even a month. But then we see something else shiny, and it's on to something else. The Olympics, which our future generations throughout the globe watch, train for, and aspire to be a part of. It's become clear devil worship. When is enough enough? I'm not watching a minute of it.
Yes, that's exactly how I feel, and I think
This is
that's
spiritual.
oops. All right, thank you, sir. You may go away. We heard your message loud and clear. That's exactly how I'm feeling, you guys. I'm not going to even watch it. I see a few things that are out on here, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. But it is ruining the minds of the younger children, and that's all that I care about. And there's a certain generation out there that's going to need therapy. That's all that I could say. Let's see. Let's see what you guys. Lots of people are out here. Maybe I just had to do weekend shows. I love it. Hula Hoop is out here. Decoder is out in Rumble Land, and Andy 369 is out there. It looks like Buck is working. Buck is the moderator on both the channels. We have Violet Flame is in the house. I love that name, Violet Flame. Good morning to you guys. Let me just put hers up there, or his, whoever it may be. My Southern Lifestyle and Friends. Yeah, we are not forced to watch. You watch and participate in the evil you choose. Exactly. All right. I hope you guys. I hope my sound is okay. I'm not sure what's going on with it, the volume on this stuff. But yeah, so I wanted to play that him. He basically summed it all up in a really good way. Boycott the Olympics. There is something here that I do want to. This is something that is coming. It says, "Do I need to tell you what this represents?" And I'm not going to blow it up. I don't want to traumatize anybody. But yeah, so this is more evil stuff that's coming at us. So could Jim Carrey be playing the role of the life here? Let's just take a look, and you guys, decide.
Because if you don't know, I think maybe, just maybe, we just saw the last of Jim. And I didn't misspeak. I meant Jim Carrey. Because if you don't know, this has been going on for quite a while. And if you're new here or to this theory, I've done a lot of videos on it. So go catch up real quick. But if you're not new here, I'm going to show you how this mask-loving Jim Carrey is just doing his farewell walk. Now, in my opinion, and that's all it ever is my opinion, but I like to give my opinion with evidence. Jim is retiring from this role, and he's moving on to bigger things, which I'll get to in a minute. I've done this many times before because they create things in the past to duplicate things in the future. And did you notice that exact same forward head posture? But I digress. And here is just more evidence that they're the same people. And I've done this many, many, many times where something he does
I'm going to switch. Can you hear me now? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? All right, I'm not sure what the heck I did. Yeah. Yes. Okay. I switched microphones, so it might sound kind of canny because it's coming from my camera. Thank you, Darla. Thank you, Arturo. Catherine, thank you guys. All right, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get the video sounds, but I usually don't like to play them. But anyways, that was a little bit. So you guys are also out there saying that there's been other people playing. Arthur has been played him. I think there's been 5 actors per person out there. And let's see what else I wanted to play here. What is this? Yeah. Okay, let's see here. There's a lot that is actually going on here a little bit. I'm just going to test this to see if you guys can hear this.
Board certified endocrinologists know. I call it Hashimoto's nonsense, pushing thyroid medication. You want to talk about a pandemic in this country? We have a pandemic of medicating organs in the body that have done nothing wrong. So bear with me here. And by the way, I'm a scientist and not an artist. Okay, so thyroid gland is right here in the neck. It produces 2 hormones. It produces T4 and it produces something called T3. Only here's the little known secret about the thyroid. It only produces 20% of this hormone of T3. But wait a second. We're diagnosing hypothyroid, but it's only responsible for 20% of the thyroid in my bloodstream. So the question is, where does the rest of it come from? Where does the 80% come from? I mean, if I was a detective and a crime had just been committed and there was an 80% chance that one guy did it and a 20% chance that somebody else did it, I'd probably investigate the 80% guy first, right? That's not what we do.
All right, so let me just kind of tell you why I'm actually showing this particular video here is because there's going to be a lot of information coming out. And you guys, this is a positive. It's a plus. It has been out there. It's kind of been between the weeds, if you will. And, you know, I brought up the thyroid because I had a thyroid and I stopped taking the medications because he's saying our body can produce the thyroids. And, you know, I'll continue playing this if you guys want to hear this. But there's a T3 and a T4 and a T3, which is what they being the doctors out there. I got to be very careful here. In my medical history, I got to throw that word in so to confuse the AI. But I had been diagnosed with Hashimoto's, and he's specifically talking about Hashimoto's and where they're coming up with how our body can actually produce what it needs from the T4. I found this very, very interesting, and we're going to start to see some big company out there. The big farm is going to start to crumble. And so I wanted to show you this. I've got other videos out there. But what we are actually lacking in our diet is our trace minerals. So I just wanted to bring that. Colleen is saying she stopped taking it years ago. When I went in to see my last doctor, I said, I went off all meds. What do I need? She said, blood pressure is a little bit high. I said, I'll change my diet. I'll control it myself. And this is where we're at right now. And why I don't need hormone therapy, says Violet Flame. You know, we just have to understand how the body works. We have been lied to for so freaking long about our health. And that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about. So this is a TikTok, and this is a Brecka, BRECKA.clip. If you guys want to hear more of this, I found it very interesting. We're talking about taking our power back about a lot of different things, and one of them is going to be our health. So that's a good positive thing that's coming up for us. We have to take more trace minerals, and you guys, what I am actually doing is I'm taking Celtic salts. Celtic salt has over 80 minerals. We need 60 of those minerals. And also, too, there's another video that I want to really show you guys here, and hopefully I can find it quickly, is that they are telling the truth about diets and what it is. And farmers always knew how people should lose weight. farmers have always knew, the ones that are actually raising cows. And as soon as I get to that story, I'll play it for you guys. And so let me kind of summarize it for you. Let's see, did I go too far? I might have gone too far. Hope I didn't lose it. But anyways, just to summarize it for you guys, it apparently what we are. We need the vitamins and we need the minerals in our diets. And we've been told that take a vitamin, it's got all the minerals and everything that you need in it, but it was crap, right? So what the farmers actually do is they will raise their cows, have their cows, and then they're feeding them all the minerals. They feed them hay. Hay has no minerals, and so when they're getting ready to sell them, they have to fatten them up to get them to market. And how they actually do that is they pull back. They give them more of the hay. They pull back on the minerals, and they allow them to eat whatever's going to fatten them up. And what really happens is they start to get really hungry and eat everything and anything like pigs do, if you will. And so that's how they get really fat. And so they've always known that, and they're ready to be sold to whomever at this point. So what there's one of these doctors are out there saying to us is that we need to just be able to take back put the minerals, the 60 minerals that we need in our daily diet. And I did this, you guys. Let me just show you let me just stop this camera because I can't find the video, but I did watch it. So you wanted to know how I lost 20 pounds within 3 months. And I was doing all the smoothies and everything else like that, but it was the Celtic salt, and it's just this one here is fine ground. You can get them in larger pebbles. You put them in your mouth once or twice a day, especially if you have a thyroid. And what happens is you're getting all the minerals into yourself at the cell level. You're not craving the sugars, and it basically will eliminate everything. It's kind of like we are the cows. Once we are lacking minerals, we want to eat everything and anything. We're constantly hungry. You want to know how to turn that off? It's putting the minerals back into the body. And that's basically what I learned from it. Well, I went off of it. I went off the wagon, and all of a sudden, so I have my husband that likes to eat a lot of sweets, and I see it, and then it wasn't even appealing to me. I was eating plant-based diet, and that's how I dropped the weight. I was drinking more water, and then I went off of it because I got tired of the smoothies. And what happens with me is I got tired of eating what I was eating. So I just said, all right, let me try this. And all of a sudden, you just pick up a little bit of a coffee cake, right? That's the sugar. And so then I started to realize I'm not sleeping right. I'm not feeling right. My body wasn't absorbing the minerals like it wanted to. Let me tell you, when I was taking this Celtic salt, a little dab will do you in your mouth, and it makes you drink the water. It really does. I took some this morning, and actually I need the water. And I just started losing the weight, and I couldn't figure it out. Even my husband even said, oh my God, you're dropping the weight. And the reason for that is I wasn't eating like a cow. I wasn't picking on things that my body, the cravings went away. My brain was stupid enough, but my body knew. And when I listen to my body, and that's why that I'm trying to say to you guys is yes, decoders out there, so grateful for the local farms. Go and talk to any farmer out there and ask them, how do you fatten up your cows right before they get to the market? And he'll tell you. Darla says I do Celtic. Shelly says I use Celtic every day. Yeah, and do you only do a few grains? I only do a few grains of the Celtic salt, because I've got to be able to monitor it. In the beginning. It's just a few, mine is super fine, like I just showed you. And so I probably take maybe 3 or 4 of those. If you're doing the larger crystals, take maybe 1 or 2 of the large crystals, or just 1, just to start out with, and then increase it. Then your body will tell you, you need more water. You need more water. And so I was doing that when I went back to the doctor, and she came back with the blood work, and she says, you don't need to even be on the thyroid medicine, but please control your blood pressure, because my blood pressure was really bad. It was really high. It was it was at the point where they warn you could probably have a heart attack or a stroke. So I got on my plant-based diet and I started doing all this. Well, I'm back. I'm going to focus on being back on taking the Celtic salt. And I'm just kind of telling you guys this is just to be aware. If you're having troubles kicking the sugar habit, this is one of my recommendations. And, you know, I'm not a you don't have to listen to me. You listen to your own body. There you go. All right. So let's get back into some of the things I wanted to share with you guys out there this morning. Yeah. So let's see what we have out here. There's more videos out there. Let's see here. What are you guys saying out there? Mary Idler says 1/8 of a teaspoon of Celtic salt daily. There you go. This is coming from Mary Idler, if I'm saying her name right. Decoder says there's many keto recipes online also. Yeah, if that's your thing, I think that works more for men. I'm just saying from experience, what I've seen in my family, the men can drop the weight on that particular diet. I couldn't. Yeah, and Darla is saying I hate the meds, but I keep my blood pressure down low. Somebody's saying I use stevia and it works great. And Hula Hoop is out there. It says Dakota, that's awesome. I only had 3 sugar times knowing for 27 years. You know, that's unbelievable. So I want to say to Hula Hoop, I think that you must have always been health conscious, because I kind of grew up in the corporate world where we constantly went out and ate the fast foods, you know, ate the processed foods and all that other stuff. And it took me such a long time to learn this. I had no idea, you know, the McDonald's, the Burger Kings, all those things were popping up. And when I traveled from airport to airport, company to company, I'm always grabbing something fast, as I think the rest of the world is doing. And we need to slow it down and realize what we're putting in. You know, they always said the old saying, you are what you eat, right? And we didn't know what we were eating, so we didn't know what we were. All right, Catherine has a comment out here and says there are natural ways to keep the BP down. Cinnamon, yes, definitely. And I was studying all this, and you know, it went to show me that if I it's like an alcoholic. You just walk away once and just have one sip. You're back, right? You fell off the wagon, and I fell off the sugar wagon, if you will. But I was very conscious. Okay, I had one piece of sugar. But then I started to see that I wanted more. So that what was that telling me? My body was saying, you're not getting the minerals at the cell level. You know, there's something else going on. The bloating was coming back. The sluggish was coming back. The crabbiness was coming back. Yeah, Colleen says, I never liked McDonald's. And let's see here. Oh, yeah. The Dixie says Redmond pink Himalayan sea salt every morning. You guys, you know what's best for you. You know what's best for your body. Hula Hoop says, I have 11 siblings, so we never went out to eat. What a blessing that is, kind of, right? It's a blessing in disguise. 11 siblings. Okay. Wow. They all like you, Hula Hoop? Let's see here. SPC23 says juicing wheatgrass, organic fruits and veggies. Yes. And I was doing that. I was juicing for so long, but then all of a sudden I decided I needed a little bit more protein, a little bit of chicken. Are you guys eating meat at all? I don't crave, like if my husband says, well, let's make some steaks, he throws the steaks on the grill. I take just a tiny bit of it. And then I'll say, well, you can have the rest and you have your steak and eggs in the morning, right? Just enough to be able to get any type of nutrients. Sometimes I don't even want the chicken. Other times I'm craving the chicken, and you got to be very careful if it's chicken that you're cooking. I like to bake my chicken, boil my chicken, that type of thing. SPC 23 is saying all processed foods will make you blow up in weight wise. Yes, it will. And I think by now most of the people that you guys out here on this channel know that, you've been told, like how to shop. You go into a grocery store, you shop the outer walls, right? You go to where all the fresh stuff is. The minute that you start to go in further is all the processed foods, if it's in a box, if it's in a bag, what have you. Yeah. Grass, mostly, grass-fed mostly is what Catherine is saying as far as the meat go. Darla says, yeah, I do eat some meat. Let's see here. Yes, Shelly is saying we had crab legs. They weren't the best. I mean, being down here, I thought we would have had better. It was more work, more work to get them out of these smaller ones. There, I'm wondering if there's a certain time of the year down here that we shop for crab legs. But I'm learning so much. I don't like a lot of seafood. In where I live, that you would think that they offer that a lot, but apparently Mexican food is world. I shouldn't say worldwide. In the United States, there's Mexican food everywhere you go. Those seems to be the most popular restaurants, and it's like 5 ingredients, right? Rice and beans and chicken and meat, and they do it whatever way that they call it. They use these 4 or 5 different ingredients, and they cook it up different ways. And there you go. My husband always says Mexican food is the same thing, just repackaged differently. It's a different way of looking at it. Some of it's really good. Let's see. Somebody's saying, PE USA 67. Aldi's and Trader Joe's have great prices on organic veggies. I was just there yesterday, and their veggies did not look very good to me. I think it depends on what part of the country that you're in for the Aldi's. I really do. So I was going there for all of my vegetables, and I've got to make another run back. Maybe they'll have something different there today. Let's see. So I'm glad, and also too, stay away from the wheat breads. If you want to look up why wheat is not good for you and what they've done to it, we're processing it. It's not that it's one time in them making the breads, it's how they make it that it's not good for you, and that will blow you up. Don't blow you up. Take a look at other types of breads out there that are more healthy for you, like sourdough bread. I fell in love with sourdough bread when I found out that it's probably better for you. Stuff like that. So I didn't want to really turn this into like a whole health show, but I want you to kind of listen to a little bit more. Okay, that one video is still playing on the hyperthyroid. Let me just stop this here and just have you listen to him. This is the same gentleman that was talking about the thyroid, and he was on stage, and let's see, let me remove this.
Doctor's going to tell you you have hypothyroid. And if you have hypothyroid, they're going to medicate the thyroid to try to raise the production of those hormones. Well, the only guarantee you have if you start taking thyroid medication is that your dosage will go up. Over time, it will go up. And you will see very little movement in thyroid hormone T3 because the thyroid's only producing 20% of that number. So if we first try to supplement for deficiency, so if you have a thyroid deficiency, methylfolate, specifically 5-methylfolate, the complex of B vitamins, a really good B complex, pyridoxine, riboflavin, thiamine, niacin, pantothenic acid, zinc, and magnesium. Those are the supplements that you need to take to actually turn the methylation back on in the gut to raise thyroid hormone T3 levels. It's converted T4 into T3, which happens outside the thyroid in the gut. So by changing her diet, one of the reasons why she feels better and has likely seen changes in her thyroid is because there never was anything wrong with her thyroid. Right? People tell me all the time, like, oh my God, Gary, I started taking those supplements and it fixed my thyroid. And I remind them, it didn't fix your thyroid. There was nothing wrong with your thyroid, right? To begin with, it fixed your methylation. When you give the body the raw material it needs to make these conversions, T4 into T3, magically T3 rises and you no longer have hypothyroid in some cases because there never was a condition wrong with the thyroid. So I hate those terms, hypothyroid. We should say hypo T3. Right. Where does T3 come from? Oh, 80% comes from the gut. We should be looking at the gut first and say, let's fix methylation by diet, getting folic acid out of their diet if they have the MTHFR gene mutation, supplementing with the right raw materials so they can convert thyroid hormone T4 into T3, and then see what happens, right? And then just get out of the body's way instead of hammering a perfectly healthy organ for something it wasn't committing.
Exactly. And I'm going to come back to you guys. And that's exactly what I was doing. I was hammering my thyroid. And the first time I remember somebody diagnosing me with hyperthyroidism is, was somebody that I went to that was, did everything, non-doctor, if you will. And they were able to come up with that. They put me on a particular thyroid medicine that the FDA removed from the market because it was actually helping people. But now that I know that we know what we know, and I just want to hope and pray that there's a lot of young kids out there that are realizing what this gentleman just said. Everything in our body is out of balance, or if it is out of balance, our body can put it back into balance. We just are not educated on how to do that. So. Let's see here. DeHoopla 1977. I've been trying several years, several types of thyroid hypothyroidism. Cayenne pepper over the thyroid. Yeah, bitter apricot, she says. And my latest test results were awesome. Cayenne pepper is the well-kept secret out there for so many things. You guys look into it. Cayenne pepper. She wrote poultice over the thyroid. So she's basically taking, not eating the cayenne pepper, she's taking and she's making something and putting it on her neck using the cayenne pepper to draw out or put it into balance or feed it, because the skin is an organ and it'll absorb it. And I think that's great. It's fantastic. I think at this point in time, the only time that we should use, and this is just me, you guys, if you want to go into I've got to be careful how I'm saying this. If you go and see your doctor and they run tests on you, just utilize the test. You never have to pick up the piece of paper that they write for you. You never have to fill that piece of paper with whatever, but you're using them to monitor your body. Use them for the testing. I can't say it any other way. All right, so let's see here. Darla has a statement there that the biggest C, if you guys are looking at the screen, took all the minerals out of the salt and other foods. Yes, and not only that, I'm going to switch hats here for a minute. Do you know that there's a table out there that the scientists use? And I'm going to try to find it here. Hopefully I can find it. It's not along the lines of the health, but along the lines of science. And the word is ether. Why did they take ether out of this table of, come on, find it, Janine. Okay, I think I went too far. Let me go back up here to the top. Yeah, so anyways, ether, they took this ether out, and the ether would be able to prove a lot of things about planet Earth. That's all that I'll say on that one. I'm not an expert on it. A lot of times I just will give you the highlights of it because I can't go deep into it. And I'm hoping I can find where this gentleman was talking about the ether. Oh, here's something interesting I want to show you guys. Now, you tell me, is this somebody CGI'd this in? You're going to have to look really close up to the screen here because it's kind of small. I had to do that. It was on my phone. I'm just wondering if this is bullshit, or what do you guys think? Let me just bring it up. All right, so this obviously is at a Trump rally. Let me remove Darla there, see if it gets any bigger. There is an arrow pointing to a particular gentleman. I hope you guys could see this at home. Right there. He came into focus right there. There he is again. All right, that was kind of weird, but anyways, if anybody didn't really see that, that was another Trump out in there, and it was another guy just wearing a mask. I have no idea. So let's see here. I'm getting ready for these. I think it's time for me to put my voter hat for Trump on. It's a pink hat that I normally wear. We need to get closer to this. Calling in the big dogs. I would love to see them do something by bringing in Johnson, the House Speaker, and just basically moving into the role of the president. And these are my high hopes. Yesterday, I felt kind of down. Today, I feel like, okay, we've got the power. We could do this. And then call in the military. We need to call in the big dogs. We're really tired of the shit show. How much more are we going to actually take? DeHoopla 1977 is saying that what was that Trump? It sure looked like another version of him, somebody else wearing a mask. SP23 is saying too small. Someone else is saying time travel. It looked like it because you saw 3 or 4 views. It was very small. That's why I question it also. But what do we have to do? What do we, the people, have to do? Start up these parades. Where are we going with this, you guys? With the Olympics, the crap is still out there, and it's time for us to call in the big dogs. I'm calling and asking for the military to come in if that's the way that it's supposed to go. I've heard so many things in how it was supposed to go, that there was going to be EBS, there's not going to be EBS, there's going to be something that's streaming across. I don't really care. How it's done. Somebody's saying out there, sure looks like Mr. T. Yeah, Darla 51 is saying, I'm over this crap. Time for the big dogs. Let's call them in. What the hell are they waiting for? When people are saying we just need the ones to wake up, bullshit. At this point in the game, we're so close, but yet we're so far. I'm just tired of it. Let me just give a message to who's ever running this shit show. We want the credits. We're done with it. What are you asking of we the people to do? Somebody's still running the shit show. Are the people running the shit show? I don't know. You guys, you tell me. Let's see. Decoder says, no, SP23 says Olympics are dangerous. I feel it in my soul. They are. They're bad. Yeah. Let's all manifest it. Janine says Decoder. Let's do it. One for all and all for one. Let's call it. We're calling in the big dogs. We're calling in the military. You call it whatever is enough. Yeah. Darla says 9 years, Janine. Enough is enough. Yeah. Catherine is saying 100%. Enough is enough. We are tired of this. I want to be able to say, oh my God, you guys, let's just manifest this. I want to be able to say, oh my God, you guys, they got rid of the current administration, and now we can focus on what's going on in the schools. Get rid of all that bullshit in the schools. Get new people, get new teachers, start to bring in spiritual stuff, start to say the Pledge of Allegiance, start doing all the things that we know are good for this country. And that's what we have to do. Pull off the Band-Aid. Yes, as Darla Williams says, pull off the damn Band-Aid. You don't have to handle us with kid gloves. And if the far left libtards out there can't deal with it, too effing bad. That's where I'm at. And there is some other stuff out here that I actually saw. Vincent Kennedy, and I'm going to try to find him. This is a really good one, you guys. You want to hear some really good, intelligent people? Let me just play this for you. Let me just play this for you, because I love this when I saw it, and I thought, we need to share more of this kind of stuff. Let me take Darla off of there. We need to hear from more of we the people.
Let me ask you a question. Would you vote for it?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm gonna just be. I'm gonna.
Let me ask you a question. Would you vote for it?
Yeah.
Why?
I'm gonna just be real honest with this. She's a black woman.
Not Kim folk. It goes back to what somebody was saying, where it's not voting for someone, but majority vote for somebody else just.
Hold on. Let me line this out.
I think majority
only because she's a black woman.
Yeah.
Do you not see the how that's a bad idea?
Elaborate.
Okay, so we're in 3 proxy wars with some of the most powerful leaders in the world. She failed at the border, in which we have an estimation of 15 to 20 million people illegally into this country. That is literally overtaking and bankrupting Chicago to the tune of over $400 million per year, and they are in a deficit. Oakland is going out of business. San Francisco ditto. California, $65 billion deficit. New York, they're literally cutting trash, in which they are the rattiest, dirtiest city, and they've taken up resources as far as free healthcare, free hotels to the tune of $600 a day. They're literally taking over your schools. Your taxpayer dollars are going to fund the migrant crisis. She was supposed to be in charge of this. We have a failing economy. Every single day I see people getting on the internet talking about $30 an hour is the new minimum wage, because inflation is fucking out of control. At one point, it was at almost 10%, depending on what city that you in. She has no policy, no record to stand on. One of the biggest things that she did in her career was lock up more black men than ever before. But we sit here and vote her in office on identity politics. The very person that she was under as far as the president of the United States of America, she called him racist during the debate, which shows you how fake she is. And the only thing that we can stand on from a policy perspective is whether or not she's black and she's a woman. We did that during the Obama administration, and he didn't do anything for black people. As a matter of fact, y'all complain because the only person that he did, or the only group of people that he really stood for, is the alphabet community, and that's his landmark thing that he's still standing on today. So the only thing that we have to stand on is identity politics. That shit didn't work with Tiffany Henyard in Dayton, Illinois. It didn't work with Karen Bass. It didn't work with Lori Lightfoot in Chicago. It didn't work with Brandon Johnson that then took over her position in Chicago. It didn't work with Andre Diggins in Atlanta. It didn't work with Eric Adams in New York. It doesn't work across the country. Every single Democratic city is a hellhole. And we sitting here talking about identity politics?
Beautiful. It couldn't have been said any better, you guys. It was just awesome. Let me stop sharing and come back to you. I just want to, you guys, it's we the people. I want your voice to be heard out there. What I did see over on Rumble Rant is Pop-O-Matic says, not black. She's not even black. What is she, Jamaican? And, not even Jamaican. I don't remember what she is there. But, yeah. Camel Toe Decoder says Camel Toe isn't a black woman, has 3 legs. All right, let's see here. Dixie Hay says we are not stupid. We're not stupid. She can't be president according to the Constitution. She shouldn't have even been a VP. That's what they do. And the last president, Obama, shouldn't have even been president either. How many people knew that his birth certificate was fake? This is the crap that they keep pulling over. And the way that this last gentleman just put it was that, look, every state, every government that it was a blue pill, they put a black person in to represent them and did nothing for the black people. Buck is saying knowledge is power. Camel Toe is one of the most radical Dems out there. Yes, very much a Marxist. That's in my eyes. I'm putting words in Catherine's mouth here. Not to be underestimated. Let's see here. Yeah, I love Violet's thought there. Violet Flame says they brought in the clowns and we're replacing them with the big dogs. Definitely are. You guys share this because, we are all aligned here this morning. We are all tired of it. Somebody's saying, Kamatoa, he is from Benghazi. Yeah. And let's see here. Jamaican and India says SPC 23, Jamaican and Indian. Yeah, so that doesn't qualify her to be black, but she never worked for the black people. She never did. I love the 3-legged comment, says SPC 23. Let's see here. Darla says the same thing. Yeah, Jamaican and Indian. There you guys go. You guys, I don't even pay attention to her. It's interesting how my mind works. If I'm not interested in you, I don't obtain any information on you. I observe, but I don't absorb, and that's so me. And Ernie is out there. Hey, Ernie, from New York, and enough is enough, says Ernie. You better believe it. So what we need to do is constantly, get out here and keep asking and manifesting. I'll try to do a show Sunday night. I don't know if Buck ever got back to me. Buck, maybe he'll get back to me later, but I would love to do a show with him tomorrow night. Buck says woof woof out there. And here's Buck's 3 little dogs. Yeah, so if Buck has time Sunday night, we'll do a show, maybe even earlier if that's convenient for him. I'd love to hear more from him. I'm scrolling through here to see if he responded to me, but yeah, I don't think so. All right, so yeah, we're oral office is much. Dakota says, can't wait to see how this ends. Yeah, you know what? Yesterday I was sitting there saying, I don't even know if I want to continue doing this. I'm so sick of it. I've gotten this far and I'm not going to quit. I might not be on here as often for you guys, but when I do come on here, it seems like Saturday morning cartoons is the best with you guys. And your book says I can tomorrow. Oh, woo, woo. So me and Buck will work out the details. You guys come on Sunday, and we'll have to figure out a time maybe later on with you guys and just see what's going on. Too much evidence that Trump, let's see here, says from My Southern Lifestyle and Friends. It's a cute picture. Too much evidence that Trump is the flip side of the same cabal coin. He is not going to save us. No, he's not going to save us. I don't, and I think a lot of people do agree with you. And I've always said he's a poster child for freedom, right? And what I mean by that is somebody had to show us the way, with a lot of other people. And then in between, we got a lot of lies and lies and lies, whether it's from the left, from the right, from the truther community. People were embellishing shit. There was all clickbait. I got tired of all that too. And listening to a lot of people that help wake me up. I didn't know about the children. I still don't know a lot about the truth about the tunnels. Is it as bad as that they were claiming it to be? I hope not, because from what I heard from various truthers out there, it's god awful. I'm at the point that if you want to tell me something, I want to see the receipt. Damn it, show me the money. Seriously, I'm not going to just take anything verbatim. I use my intuition. If my intuition is not in alignment with you, show me what the hell it is that you're talking about. Yes, you could show me a map. Sure, you could show me what the country looks like. But is there any other evidence that you have to back up what you are saying? And that's where we're at right now. And from this moment on, all of us are at that point, right? Darla 51 says, learned all about her years ago. Remember the Jesse Smollett saga? Yeah, definitely. She was part of it. She organized that. His mom and Camellia are related radicals. Definitely. I lived in Chicago for 55 years. I seen it all. I seen the Daily Machine. I seen Jesse Jackson Machine. Yeah, you could just see, it was, it's so bad. And when we have somebody like Colleen out there that is wide awake, and Colleen, how did you wake up being in all this? I started to wake up a lot as soon as I left Chicago. I got a different perspective. And God took me and said, okay, we're going to put you over here. You need to wake up. It says, have a great day, everyone. Time to do my farm work. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'm actually at the 1 hour mark here. Thank you guys for being here today. And remember, we're calling in the big dogs. We got to call in the big dogs because we're tired of this. Yeah. Also, okay. And somebody else is saying eyes on the DNC incoming in Chicago. And that will be, I think, August 19th. That'll be another shit show. That'll be another shit show for us to watch. Okay, you guys, thank you all. Take care, and God bless you. And I do love each and every one of you that join me. Please come back again. I hope you do. And now we turn the page.